screwed into the trunk of the tree, and then it was pulling the branch down.
That's wire's been on there about 2 years, and actually Peter T.
Wow.
I was spinning it just to try and decide where the front was.
This tree kind of designate where his front's going to be.
The bonsai always have two fronts, the front and back. This tree has two fairly large scars.
Scars from cuts,
Yeah.
previous cuts on the tree.
Branch cuts. And this one has a big one up here. None of them have been worked on to repair them. So either one could be worked on.
It's not quite level. I think it's the piece of wood that's underneath there, Mike. It might have worked. No, I think it's the wood itself is kind of warped.
Anyway, so I think that this is the front of the tree.
Grab one of Homero's chopsticks and put it underneath there. Maybe that one. Oh, there we go. That's better.
So then the next, normally if I were to style this tree, first of all, I would have done what's called structural wiring. That is, I would have just wired these very large branches into position and allowed the rest of this stuff to just run. But this has become so bushy that I can't really see what I've got. So I'm going to make a few executive decisions, and I'm going to start at the top of the tree and work my way down. What I'm going to do is try to what we call clean up. I'm going to try to get rid of all of the little shoots that are in the crotches. We call this crotch cleanup, but it has a distasteful sound. Most trees, most conifers, and in fact most trees in general, often get shoots right in the crotch of the tree. And the reason for that is that the nutrients, if you have multiple branches coming out, you have a lot of nutrient flow right there at the crotch, and that encourages the development of buds right there.
Right where you don't want them.
Yeah, right where you don't want them.
Not in a bonsai, at least.
Right, right. So that's what Mike is doing, is getting rid of all of that stuff within
Crotch
in that.
debris, as it were.
Yeah. It's no good.
Trying to do is to show the structure of the tree. The other thing that we do is we're working our way down is I'm going to remove all of the branches that are growing straight down and anything that's growing straight up, because we're trying to develop a pad structure so that this tree looks like a tree from the wilderness where they're layered out. If this tree were living in a demanding mountainous environment, the tree would maintain the foliage that is most efficient to tolerate the wind and the snow, and so the foliage would be compact and relatively close in to the trunk. You wouldn't have this wild stuff growing because it would get broken off. And the tree wouldn't have that kind of nutrition.
When's the last time that this thing's been worked, Mike? Do you know? A couple of years?
I graduated from high school in 1965.
Oh my
I have
word.
no idea.
Wow. Well, you said Peter T worked on it. How
Yeah.
long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Is he still alive? No, I'm just kidding. 2 years ago. So it had been worked on 2 years ago at least. Okay. So that's a couple of years grow?
Yeah, all these shoots. And this is,
Wow.
for those who are familiar with that terminology, this is a running juniper, right?
Running juniper.
As opposed to a clumping juniper.
Yeah.
All of the foliage runs immediately.
Yeah. Al had a juniper earlier that he's got for sale over there, and it had a big old bouffant. So it's more of a, not a running juniper, it's kind of a mounding, it's a kind of a lollipop ball to it looking thing. So this is a little bit different. This has got that elongating type of a runner to it. And
So I apologize to the people in the audience. This is a lot like watching corn grow. But I'm just trying to get tough time trying to decide.
we'll go to a different branch.
Ready?
Bigger than Erica?
Yes.
Like easily bigger? Yeah, dude. Yeah?
We couldn't, we never did decide on one.
You have to be prepared to take the abuse that comes with it.
How quick, huh? Did it look, was it proportional?
The other thing that we're doing as we go along here is there's a whole bunch of little shoots on both sides of the branch. So we're trying to pick
I don't know.
right and then left, right and left, and so we want the branches to be spaced apart, directly across from one another.
Come on, let's take this sticker.
And then they're gonna get rid of all the branches that are going down, like the ones that are coming down from the bottom. They're gonna get rid of that too.
I mean, it's looking better now. I'm cured mine.
No, you will hold on. Yeah, you will see a big difference. Yeah, once it's everything done, like they said, they're gonna remove probably around 70% of the foliage. So you will see all the structure from the branches, and then you're just gonna see some little foliage here and there. And
So on the branch, you want the bottom clean.
yeah,
See,
yep.
if you didn't have anything, you'll have
Still part of this interior growth is just.
Yeah, so each branch has to be clean from the bottom part. Yeah, everything that's going down, that's going down, they have to get rid of that. Yeah.
Is that when we're all done here, this should not look like somebody pom-pom their shrubbery. I hate pom-pom shrubbery. It's just embarrassing.
What is pom-pom strawberry?
And it's like a
Where all the foliage is in little balls and the end
little
of
ball
the skinny.
clumps.
actually gets to be fun. Are we having fun here?
Oh yeah, this is a load of fun. Right? I just can't believe. I worked with Mike years ago at one of the hospitals, and we got into a little bit of a conversation, and I knew that he was into bonsai and stuff, and I kind of tampered with it a little bit on and off. We always get one of those bonsai trees we take home and kill. Well, that was me. So now talking to Mike and Dr. Saul, you're in the bonsai? Yeah. You need to come to one of these meetings we have. I'm like, going, yeah, okay. So I don't know, maybe a year later, maybe it was sooner than that, 6 months or a year, and Dr. Saul goes, I show up at one of these meetings, and it's over at Fresno City College, and they had these junipers, and so everybody got a juniper and decided to work on it. And Mike happened to be my mentor, and so I got this juniper and I worked it up, and it was beautiful and everything. It was all up like this and stuff. It looks good, And I don't know, it's probably 3-4 years old at the most, the tree. And so through the years, I tortured it so much it wound up being a formal cascade. It just grew out, and I thought, what am I going to do with it now? And it was just, I got this nice pot standing up like this, came down, and it's got all these pads, and it's really a nice formal cascade. And that was a little over 20 years ago. So now I've got like 125 bonsai trees, and I hate Dr. Saul.
We can tell.
He's ruined my life forever. I can't go anywhere, do anything. I gotta water my trees.
Could have been worse. It could have been OxyContin. Come to think of it, they're similar.
So that's going back a few years.
It is.
And I still have that tree today. That's one of my first trees. And to say that you had one of your first trees in bonsai is quite, you're doing good if you're keeping things alive and that they look good. And this tree really does look good. But it was never intended to be a cascade or, to that effect. It was supposed to be an upright, and the tree decided on its own what it really wanted to do. Sometimes that's what happens when you're doing bonsai. You're like, oh gosh, I don't know where to go with this, and you walk away. You just walk away. And sometimes the tree will tell you, you'll be watering it one day, or you'll go to a seminar, or you'll do something, and I can't tell you how many times I've done that, or just walking through this exhibit here that we have, and then you get this, aha, now I know what to do with that tree. And you're like running home going, I'm going to do this to my tree. That's where it's been telling me to go all this time. So it's not like you have to make a decision right away. Sometimes it takes
He actually worked on one of my
a few
trees.
years.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why he looked at me when he was saying that that I saw a tree and I knew what to do with it.
How often
So-
do you water trees?
Depending, because
With some heavy water. Then come back and reposition all the shoots to, secondary wiring. The truth is,